How I Became a Board Game Designer, Part 9. Games in the car. We always played games in the car. Sometimes we sang as well. My dad was a big Gilbert and Sullivan fan, so we used to sing lots of songs from Gilbert and Sullivan. But when we weren't doing that, we were playing games, and he devised these different games we could play as we were going along. Well, I thought they were all devised by him, and some of them were, but now I've come across some of these games in other places. So we got used to playing, the pubs game. I think he called it legs. I've heard other people call it different things. When you go past a pub sign, if it's your turn, so you take it in turns around the car, youngest to oldest. If it's your turn, you look at the pub sign, and the number of legs is your number of points. So if it's the King's Arms, it's 0. If it's the Prince Albert, it's 2 legs. If it's the Fox and Hounds, well, there's quite a few there, and you'd have to look at the sign and work out how many hounds there were. And if it was ambiguous, you had to go for the lowest possible one. So Fox and Hounds would be, the lowest possible would be 12, because it'd be 1 fox and 2 hounds. And then you'd just, on the journey, you'd keep going. So it was a way to keep us entertained. It was a way to keep us not moaning, I suppose, on long car journeys. And I think, but there were sometimes that he would, particularly around Cambridgeshire where we lived, he would take a route that he knew he was going to end up at a big scoring pub on his turn. He'd do diversions so that I'd get, the boot or something, and he'd end up with the team of cricketers or whatever it was. That's kind of normal part of growing up in my house. He usually won stuff. And my mum, she had this thing that she did for, honestly, I think it was 10 or 11 years of my childhood. Every time she was in the car, she would look at number plates, and and the first day she did this, she just happened to see number 2, car with a number 2 number plate on it, and then a car with a number 3, and she thought, oh, it's such a shame I didn't see number 1 first. And so she kept looking out for number 1, and then she thought, oh, I'll just start here. And she kept looking for number plates until she got all the way up, so it used to go from 1 all the way up to 999. And it took her 11 years, but she saw all those numbers in order, and she would always know what number she was at. She never wrote it down. Sometimes we'd get into the car and say, what number are you on? And we'd all help her. We'd all look out for stuff, but she'd never count it if she hadn't seen it herself. So we'd used to have to go, come on, it's over there. Come on, Mum, reverse, you can see it. So there was this kind of games present whenever I was in the car. That's something that got me thinking that there's, you can always gamify stuff. There's always games that will fit any situation. You don't have to have a board game on a table and have a specific game night to be playing together as a family.